All of us have dreams. All of us have aspirations. We have goals. There is something within us, deep within us, which wants us to do more than what we are doing currently. And that's true with every single one of us. But the problem is that not all of us are taking steps towards our dreams. Not all of us are making progress in the right direction. Not all of us have made it big. And that makes us uncomfortable. When we look at the position that we are in our lives, we are not very happy with it. We are very unhappy with the lack of progress that we have made. We are unhappy because of the lack of actions that we have taken. And in this situation, we must justify to ourselves why we have not made the progress that we could have made, why we have not reached our goals, why our dreams have not been fulfilled yet. We must justify that to ourselves. And a lack of resources is the justification that a lot of us use. We say to ourselves that we don't have the resources that is needed to get to our goals. We lack the right resources. Let me give you a few examples. Let's say there is a software engineer who wants to improve and become a better software engineer, but that person might say to himself or herself that he does not have the right resources, and resource in this case could be a laptop. They do not have a good laptop, they do not have a high-end laptop, and because of that they are not able to reach to their dreams. I'll give you another example. Let's say there is a young lad who wants to become an excellent soccer player, but the excuse that he might be giving himself is there is no coach around that would teach him. He is not able to find a good coach, and that could be his excuse. And there is never a shortage of such excuses. We can always find an excuse like this. We just have to look around and we will find these excuses. But the important thing is that we would justify the lack of progress, the steps that we have not taken by using these excuses. And there's a problem with these excuses. Most of the times what we are doing is we are comparing upwards when we are coming up with these justifications. When we are saying that we are lacking resources, we are comparing upwards. What does that mean? Let me give you a personal example. I have this YouTube channel. It's relatively new, and because it's new, I don't have a lot of resources, and because of which the production quality of the videos might not be like I want them to be. The audio quality might not be the best, the video quality might not be the best, the backdrop is not very great. But all of these are lack of resources when I compare myself to a huge channel, when I compare myself with someone who has been doing this for a very long time, with someone who has made it big on YouTube. Maybe when they had started, they might not have had even the resources that I have right now. It's a possibility. Who knows? But most of the times, in order to justify our excuse, in order to justify our reason of the fact that we lack the resources, we compare upwards. We look at the people who have the resources and say that we don't have them. And because we don't have the resources, we are not able to get to where we want to go. But I would urge you to not do that. Don't give that justification. Because if you give yourself that justification, you would stop taking actions. You will say to yourself, let's not do anything. What good is going to come out of it? Because you don't have the resources that it takes to make it work. In my personal example, I might say to myself, why are you even creating a video when the production quality is going to be so low? And because of that, I might not even take actions. I don't want you to do this. Instead, whenever you are not taking actions, whenever you are not starting in the direction towards your goals, towards your dreams, I want you to give yourself some other justification. And that justification has to be, instead of saying that you lack the resources, you must say that there is something missing within yourself. You don't have the right skills. You have not yet become the right person who can get to the goal. I want you to use this justification. And the only way to acquire the right skills, to become the right person, is by taking action. Like in my case, in my personal example, on YouTube, I would have to keep on creating videos in order to improve, in order to get better at the craft of creating videos. I cannot stop. I cannot let inaction creep in. Why? Because I will improve, I'll get better only if I take actions. And I cannot let anything stop myself from taking the actions. So use the excuse, use the justification that there is something lacking with you. And by taking action, you can cover it up. You can fill that inadequacy. You can really get better. You can become the person who is going to make it work. You could become the person who is going to fulfill the dreams. You can really do that. But by saying that you lack the resources, you won't take any action. Instead, you will wait for the right time to come when you will have all the resources. And guess what? That is never going to happen. Why? Because you get resources as you improve in your field. A software engineer is only going to get a better laptop, a good high-end laptop, when he becomes a better engineer, a better software developer. That is how life works. Your resources, your income will always follow the progress that you make, the growth that you make. So the lack of resources is not your problem. You should not let the lack of resources stop you from taking actions, because you will have a chance to improve only if you take actions, and you cannot let anything stop you from taking actions. So one final time, the lack of resources is not your problem and it should not be stopping you. I wish you all the best with whatever goal, dream, aspiration you have in your life. Good luck. Until next time, this is your friend John, signing off.